ஜெய் ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி. அனைவருக்கும் காலை வணக்கம். நாம் அனைவரும் மிகவும் பக்தியுடனும் எவ்வித சந்தேகமும் இல்லாத நிலையில் அன்னையை வணங்கி நமஸ்கரித்து குண்டலினி எழுப்பி கூட்டாக பந்தனிட்டு கொள்ளலாம். கவனத்தை நமது இதயத்தில் வைத்து நாம் அன்னையிடம் பிரார்த்தனை செய்யலாம். தாயே, தயவு செய்து தாங்கள் எங்களின் இதயத்திற்குள் வந்து அமர்ந்திடுங்கள். தாயே, தயவு செய்து எங்களின் இதயத்தில் இருக்கும் அனைத்து விதமான மாயைகளையும் அறியாமை என்ற இருளையும் அகற்றிவிடுங்கள். தாயே, தங்களின் வருகையால் எங்களின் இதயம் தூய்மை அடைந்துள்ளதம்மா. தாயே, தங்கள் வருகையால் தங்கள் அன்பால் நாங்கள் உணர்கின்ற அந்த ஆனந்த நிலையானது இவ்வுலகத்தில் உள்ள அனைவருக்கும் கிடைப்பதற்கு, நாங்கள் நல்லதொரு கருவிகளாக இருப்பதற்கு தாங்களே அருள் புரிய வேண்டும் அம்மா. தாயே, தங்களின் பொற்கமல திருப்பாதங்களை எங்களின் இருதயத்தினுள் வைத்து பூஜிக்கும் பாக்கியத்தை அனுதினமும் எங்களுக்கு தயவு செய்து தந்தருளுங்கள் அம்மா. தாயே, எங்களுக்கான இன்றைய இந்த தியானத்தை தாங்களே வழிநடத்தி செல்வதோடு எங்களுக்கான தியானத்தின் ஆழத்தை தயவு செய்து உணர வைத்திடுங்கள் அம்மா. அதன் ஆனந்தத்தை முழுமையாக நாங்கள் உணர்வதற்கும் முழுமையோடு நாங்கள் கலந்திருப்பதற்கும் தாங்களே அருள் புரிந்து அனுமதியும் தாருங்கள் அம்மா. கவனத்தை நம்முடைய சகஸ்ரார சக்கரத்தில் வைத்து 3 மகா மந்திரங்களையும் மற்றும் ஸ்ரீ கணேச மந்திரத்தையும் கூறலாம்.
तीन महामंत्र। ओम त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुण्डलिनी साक्षात् श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्षप्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री गणेश मंत्र। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री गणेश साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
மெதுவாக நமது இரு கைகளையும் பூமி தாயின் மீது வைத்து கவனத்தை 2 கைகளிலும் சஹஸ்ராரவிலும் வைத்திருக்கலாம். தாய், தயவு செய்து எங்களின் பாதங்கள் தங்கள் மீது படுவதற்காக எங்களை மன்னிப்பீர்களாக. தாய், தயவு செய்து எங்களுக்குள் இருக்கும் அனைத்து விதமான உடல் உபாதைகளையும் எதிர்மறை தீய சக்திகளையும் பூமி மார்க்கமாக ஏற்றுக்கொள்ளுங்கள். தாய், தங்களுக்கு எதிராக நாங்கள் செய்த அனைத்து தவறுகளையும் தயவு செய்து மன்னித்து விடுங்கள். தாய், தங்களின் கடல்கள் கரையை சுத்தப்படுத்துவது போல தயவு செய்து எங்களின் இதயத்தை தூய்மைப்படுத்திவிடுங்கள். எங்களின் ஆன்மீக வளர்ச்சிக்கு தடைகளாக இருக்கும் அனைத்து தடைகளையும் சவால்களையும் தயவு செய்து பூமி மார்க்கமாக ஈர்த்து கொள்ளுங்கள். தாய், எங்களுக்கு தங்களை போன்ற பொறுமையையும் சகிப்புத்தன்மையையும் தயவு செய்து தந்தருளுங்கள். தாய், நாங்கள் எப்பொழுதும் சம நிலையில் இருப்பதற்கு தாங்களே அருள் புரிய வேண்டும். தாய், நாங்கள் இந்த மகா யோகம் செய்வதற்கு தயவு செய்து அனுமதி தாருங்கள். மந்திரம் ஸ்ரீ ஆதி பூமி தேவி சாக்ஷாத். ஓம் त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री आदिभूमि देवी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी நமக. நமது கவனத்தை அப்படியே வைத்திருந்து ஸ்ரீ கணேஷ அதர்வசேஷம் கூறலாம்.
श्री गणेश अथर्व शीर्ष।
नमस्ते गणपतये त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं तत्त्वमसि त्वमेव केवलं कर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं धर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं हर्तासि त्वमेव सर्वं खल्विदं ब्रह्मासि त्वं साक्षादात्मासि नित्यं ऋतं वच्मि सत्यं वच्मि अवत्वं माम् अववक्तारम् अवश्रोतारम् अवदातारम् अवधातारम् अवानुचानमवशिष्यम् अवपश्चात्तात् अवपुरस्तात् अवुत्तरात्तात् अवदक्षिणात्तात् अवचोर्ध्वात्तात् अवाधरात्तात् सर्वतो मां पाहि पाहि समन्तात् त्वं वाङ्मयस्त्वं चिन्मयः त्वमानन्दमयस्त्वं ब्रह्ममयः त्वं सच्चिदानन्दाद्वितीयोऽसि त्वं प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वं ज्ञानमयो विज्ञानमयोऽसि सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तो जायते सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तस्तिष्ठति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि लयमिष्यति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि प्रत्येति त्वं भूमिरापो नलो नीलो नभः त्वं चत्वारि वाक्पदानि त्वं गुणत्रयातीतः त्वं देवत्रयातीतः त्वं कालत्रयातीतः त्वं मूलाधारस्थितोऽसि नित्यं त्वं शक्तित्रयात्मकः त्वां योगिनो ध्यायन्ति नित्यं त्वं ब्रह्मा त्वं विष्णुस्त्वं रुद्रस्त्वम् इन्द्रस्त्वम् अग्निस्त्वं वायुस्त्वं सूर्यस्त्वं चन्द्रमास्त्वं ब्रह्मभूर्भुवः स्वरो गणादीन् पूर्वमुच्चार्य वर्णादि तदनन्तरम् अनुस्वारः परतरः अर्धेन्दुलसितं तारेण रुद्धम् एतत्तव मनुस्वरूपं गकारः पूर्वरूपम् अकारो मध्यमरूपम् अनुस्वारश्चान्त्यरूपम् बिन्दुरुत्तररूपम् नादसन्धानम् संहिता सन्धिः सैषा गणेशविद्या गणकऋषिः श्रुद्गायत्री छन्दः गणपतिर्देवता ॐ गं गणपतये नमः एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ती प्रचोदयात् एकदन्तं चतुर्हस्तं पाशमङ्कुशधारिणं रदं च वरदं हस्तैर्बिभ्राणं मूषकध्वजं रक्तं लम्बोदरं शूर्पकर्णकं रक्तवाससं रक्तगन्धानुलिप्ताङ्गं रक्तपुष्पैः सुपूजितं भक्तानुकम्पिनं देवं जगत्कारणम् अच्युतम् आविर्भूतं च सृष्ट्यादौ प्रकृतेः पुरुषात् परम् एवं ध्यायति यो नित्यं स योगी योगिनां वरः नमो व्रातपतये नमो गणपतये नमः प्रमथपतये नमस्ते स्तुलम्बोदरायैकदन्ताय विघ्ननाशिने शिवसुताय श्रीवरदमूर्तये नमो नमः साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः
நமது கவனத்தை மெதுவாக நம்முடைய இடநாடிக்கு கொண்டு வரலாம். தாய், தாங்களே ஸ்ரீ மகா காளி ஸ்ரீ பைரவராவி, தயவு செய்து எங்களின் இடா நாடியை சுத்திகரிப்பு செய்து தூய்மைப்படுத்துங்கள். தாய், தங்களின் தத்துவம் எங்களின் இடா நாடியில் முழுமையாக நிரம்பி இருப்பதற்கு தயவு செய்து அருள் புரியுங்கள். தங்கள் அருளால் நாங்கள் எங்களின் இடா நாடியில் உணர்கின்ற அந்த அமைதியும் ஆனந்த நிலையும் எங்களின் சுழுமுனை நாடியோடு ஒருங்கிணைந்த நிலையில் எப்பொழுதும் இருப்பதற்கு தாங்களே அருள் புரிய வேண்டும் அம்மா. நமது கவனத்தை மெதுவாக நமது பிங்களா நாடிக்கு கொண்டு வரலாம். தாயே, தாங்களே ஸ்ரீ மகா சரஸ்வதி ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமராவி, தயவு செய்து எங்களின் பிங்களா நாடியை சுத்திகரிப்பு செய்து தூய்மைப்படுத்துங்கள். தாயே, தங்களின் தத்துவம் எங்களின் திங்களா நாடியில் முழுமையாக நிரம்பி இருப்பதற்கு தயவு செய்து அருள் புரியுங்கள். தாய், தங்கள் அருளால் நாங்கள் எங்களின் திங்களா நாடியில் உணர்கின்ற அந்த அமைதியும் அதனால் ஏற்படுகின்ற அந்த ஆனந்த நிலையானது எங்களின் சுழுமுனை நாடியோடு ஒருங்கிணைந்த நிலையில் நாங்கள் எப்பொழுதும் நிலைத்திருப்பதற்கு தாங்களே அருள் புரிய வேண்டும் அம்மா. நமது கவனத்தை மெதுவாக நமது சுழுமுனை நாடிக்கு கொண்டு வரலாம். தாயே, தாங்களே ஸ்ரீ மகாலட்சுமி ஸ்ரீ மகா விஷ்ணுவாவே தயவு செய்து எங்களின் சுழுமுனை நாடியை தூய்மைப்படுத்துங்கள். தங்களின் தத்துவமானது எங்களுக்குள் உண்மையையும் தர்மத்தையும் சமநிலையையும் நிலைநாட்டுகிறது. தாயே, தங்கள் அருளால் நாங்கள் ஆத்ம விழிப்புணர்வு பெற்றிருக்கின்றோம். தாயே, தயவு செய்து நாங்கள் எப்பொழுதும் சமநிலையில் இறை தொடர்பிலேயே இருந்து அதனால் ஏற்படுகின்ற அந்த அமைதியும் ஆனந்த நிலையும் எப்பொழுதும் எங்களுள் உள்ளும் புறமும் நிலைத்திருப்பதற்கு தாங்களே அருள் புரிந்து எங்களை வலிமையுடையவர்களாக இருப்பதற்கும் ஆசிர்வதிக்க வேண்டும் அம்மா. மெதுவாக நமது கவனத்தை நமது மூலாதார சக்கரத்திற்கு கொண்டு வரலாம். இப்பொழுது நமது கவனம் நமது மூலாதார சக்கரத்தில் வைத்திருப்போம். அன்னை அவர்களே கூறிய பிஜ மந்திரங்களின் மூலமாக இன்றைய தியானமாக நாம் செய்யலாம். பிஜ மந்திரம் என்பது நமது குண்டலினி தாய் எழுப்புகின்ற அந்த ஒளி ஓசையாகும். அன்னை அவர்களே நமது சக்கரங்களுக்குரிய மந்திரங்களை கூறி தியானத்தில் நம்மை கொண்டு செல்கிறார். நமது கவனம் முழுமையாக அந்தந்த சக்கரங்களில் வைத்து நாம் இன்றைய தியானத்தை செய்து இன்னும் நாம் ஆழமான அந்த தியான நிலையில் ஆனந்தத்தை உணர்வோம்.
Where there are 4 petals. The sounds are W, Sh, S, S, out of which last Sh and S sounds are very close, but the difference is when the snake hisses, it makes this sh, the third sound. So v, sh, sh, s. At the Swadhisthana, where there are 6 petals, it makes sounds. 6 sounds. A, B, M, Y, R, L. Manipur, it has 10 petals. It makes the sounds D, D, N, T, Th, D, Th, N, P, H. At Anahata, there are 12 petals. It makes the sounds K, K, G, 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 Ch, Ch, J, J, Ng, T, T. At the Vishuddhi, where there are 16 petals, it makes the sounds of all the vowels. A, E, U, R, L, A, I, O, Au, Aha. At the Agya Chakra, it makes Ha, Sh. At the Sahasrara, one becomes thoughtless. I know sound is made, but the pure Anahata, meaning the throbbing in the purest form, as in the heart, is of love, 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 love. When all these sounds are sounded together and pass through the spiral of the body, if the body is like a couch, the sound that comes out of the synthesis is Om. Like the 7 colors of the sun ultimately become white rays. Or you can say the golden colored rays.
Now the sound of Kundalini, I have told you in one of my lectures, how it creates sound. For example, at Vishuddhi, it creates the sound of all the vowels.
நாம் இப்பொழுது அமைதியான அந்த தியான நிலையை முழுமையாக உணர்ந்திருக்கின்றோம். இதே நிலையில் நாம் அன்னையின் சொற்பொழிவை கேட்போம். ஆயிரத்தி 1995 குரு பூஜையில் அன்னையாற்றிய சொற்பொழிவு நேற்றைய தொடர்ச்சி.
There, as I've told you the story of once this potter was kneading the clay, and his name was Gora Kumar. And when Namadeva, who was a tailor but very well known poet, both of them were poets, he went and he saw this potter was doing such a, it was not a very respectable work he was doing. He was busy kneading the clay. He looked at him, and what he says, that I have come here to see the Chaitanya, to see the formless. But what I find, that the formless has got into a form. This only, I always say, is only possible between the two saints of the same level. That the way they appreciate, the way they feel, there are no words for what I want to say, but the way they feel the oneness, the unity, which is a subtle one between each other. Such a feeling, if you have for each other, then know that you are really now dissolved and you are in the ocean of joy. But on the contrary, those who are sitting on the shores cannot feel that way. They judge, they try to find out what's wrong with that person, this is not so. They can never appreciate another person. What they feel is that they have a right to criticize, to find out faults with others, and that they are something special. And the other person also finds out faults with this person. So it's a fault-finding society, I find sometimes, and you get fed up with it. But when you see that another person who is there, the person who is another saint, you feel such rapport, such oneness, such a spontaneous feeling for that person, which is absolutely pure. There's no expectation. There's no mental activity to find out what's wrong with that person. There's no judgment about what the person is like, but just oneness with that person you feel, and you feel that your quality of your love has got a new shine, a new dimension. So it comes to that, what we should appreciate within ourselves is the purity of our love. When you are pure, the purity is there, you do not get attached to anything, but in that detachment you are enjoying. In attachment you cannot enjoy, because in that you are bothered more about the superficial relationship with the other person. Now, in a wider way, if you see Sahaja Yoga, you are all very important people. Extremely important. Because in the history of spirituality, there were not so many saints sitting together. Never can you see so many people from so many countries thinking about divinity and morality. It is impossible to get so many people together on any point whatsoever who are feeling the oneness, we can say the most soothing feeling with each other. Whether it is comfortable or not, whether it is very much according to the norms of comfort. People who are saints are absolutely happy with other saints and other saintly people. They rush to people who are saints. Once it happened to me when I was in Kolhapur that they told me there is a saint who talks about it. So where is he? They said he lives up there and it will take at least 3 hours for you to climb up. He only lives there, he doesn't come out. I said, all right, I would like to go and see him. So I was walking and it started raining. So they said, Mother, you never go to anybody like that. Why are you going to him? I said, no, just I want to go up and see him. Now this fellow, they said, had a control over rain. But it was raining very heavily. And when I climbed up, I saw him sitting down and going on like this with great anger. So I said, let us go and sit in his cave, because this fellow is now not in a normal mood. So I went and sat in the cave there, and there he came. He couldn't walk because his, they say that his legs became absolutely lame because of the vibrations that were too much in him. Whatever it is, they couldn't walk. So they brought him there, he sat down. So the first thing he asked me, why did you not allow me to stop the rain? It was raining so heavy. And when you were coming up, I didn't want you to get drenched. The way now you are all full of water, and I didn't want you to suffer like this, because it's not a good welcome to you. So did you do it just to control my ego? Because I must have developed ego because I can control rain, that's a fact. So I just smiled at him. I said, see, you are my son, isn't it? And you have bought a sari for me. But you are a sannyasi, so I can't take a sari from you because sannyasi dharma is different. I am a grihastha. I can't take a sari from you. So I deliberately got drenched so that you could give me sari. The whole temper, whole unnatural behavior all dropped out. He became extremely sweet. Yes, he said, how do you know I bought a sari? At least I said, in love you know everything. And then he brought a sari for me and he did aarti and everything. But you see, all these things show that how the love masters everything so easily. Small things, if you are expert in expressing your love, how it works out. There are so many incidents I can give you like this. But the main thing we have to see within ourselves, do we really love each other? Do we really have affection and compassion for others who are not even Sahajogis? Those who are not Sahajogis are also the blind people. You should have compassion for them. you should feel that these people are so unhappy and they cannot come to Sahaja and they cannot become Sahajogis, and only in their ego they are satisfied. So you must have real compassion for them. If you have this compassion, you might be told by people that why you are wasting your energy, you are doing this, you are doing that. The compassion is actually unites all these things within ourselves. That's the uniting factor. First is your attention. First, which is very, very important, I think. And the second one is your intellect, or you can say your mind. And the third one is your heart. They all get somehow or other united together. Once you have this capacity to have compassion, you don't quarrel with anyone. You don't have to think about it. You just feel absolutely at home when you are compassionate, and with this compassion you are having relations with others. Now this compassion is not studied out or worked out or maneuvered. It is just there. It is there. In that compassion, it forgives. It forgets all nonsensical things. The forgiveness is only possible if you have this compassion within you. Now even there are Sahajogis who asked me, Mother, how can we have love and compassion? I mean, this is a question which many have asked me. Now the simple thing is that if you develop your thoughtless awareness in your meditation, in thoughtless awareness, you watch anything in thoughtless awareness, any relationship you see it in thoughtless awareness, then you'll be amazed how the gates of this compassion will open. Thoughtless awareness opens your heart, but it doesn't go to one person or to another person, but it is throwing lights on all the sides of your being. Everybody is benefited. Everybody has a divine feeling for it. Because this compassion is not linear, nor is it aggressive, but it just flows and smooths and soothes everything that is chaotic, that is troublesome, and that is painful. This is what you have now. No, these things were done by saints long time back, but nobody liked them and they crucified them out of jealousy. Because if somebody became a saint, then people felt very jealous of that person. So they killed them or tortured them and troubled them. The situation is not so bad now. Of course, there are some useless people. There are some people who are really monsters. I agree. Forget about them. But on the whole, our attitude should be that these are blind people. Now, looking at somebody who is maybe something wrong with that person, may not be good natured, maybe anything. But in your heart, you should not have any grudge. You should not have any complaints about it. You can talk to that person about it. You can tell him in a way that will be absorbed. But you should not try to make an issue out of it and try to in any way trouble or torture anyone. Can you put off this one? Pankhe ko utar. You have seen already in Sahaja, those people who came and were troublesome and were not of any worth for us just dropped out by themselves. We didn't have to do much about it. They just dropped out and they have gone into some sort of a problematic life. I even now receive letters from them saying that we have this problem, we have that problem, and how to solve this and solve that. But it automatically happens. Because after all, there is a big choice going on, and the divine is trying to decide who are capable of receiving the blessings of the divine. This is the only thing you have to achieve. That's why we have come to Sahajya. Nothing else is important. There are people who are very highly placed. Tomorrow they go into dust. There are people who are regarded as very great, famous people. They go into dust. It's all the time is happening in your presence. Every day you read a newspaper and you find how they are behaving. Like today, somebody told me that in the newspaper there was that now one bishop is going to discotheque. Can you imagine? He's going to a disco. Now, what people must be thinking, they must be breaking their heads. Now what to do, this stupid fellow whom we call as the bishop and everything is now going to disco. Whatever he had respect, maybe it is artificial, but it's all lost, finished. Because, you see, as they have no value of themselves. They just live with their ego. I'm such a big man, I'm this, that, I'm a bishop. They walk in a different way, they talk in a different way. And suddenly, how they go down. Now, what was the need for this old Johnny to go to the discotheque? I can't understand. So, because of this kind of life that he's leading, thinking no end of himself, he could never see that one day I will go down like that. Another thing which you should say in a very wider way, that he had no feeling why people respected him. He never knew why people had respect for him. Or he was not conscious of it. At least he would have preserved that. He did not. Why should he go to a place about which he has been always denouncing and saying that these are bad places, one should not go there? So, in your case, you have to be conscious that you are Sahajya. If you become the ocean, doesn't mean that your consciousness has vanished, but it has enlarged. You have got the consciousness of the ocean. You are not the one who has become like a mesmerized person or a person who has no connection with oneself. On the contrary, you are connected with yourself much more than you were before. So when you become the ocean, you don't lose your personality, but you expand your personality. You become a greater person. And this is happening in Sahajya. I am noticing many people are developing that kind of a personality. And they are expressing it and manifesting it. It gives me great joy to see in my lifetime, I could see such people who are doing this kind of thing. So whenever you are doing something, whatever is your enterprise, whatever your lifestyle, whatever it is, that's all outside. One should not lose your attention, which is towards God Almighty. If that is lost, you are lost. There's a very nice poem Namadeva has written about that there was a boy who was flying a kite, and the kite was floating. And this boy was looking after the kite, and while he was talking to everybody else, but his attention was on the kite. Then it goes further. He says that a lady is having the little child on her body, on the waist, and she's cleaning the house. She's cleaning with a little broom. She has to move from here to there, and after that cleaning, she has to do other work also, but the child is here. So her attention is on the child, that he should not fall down, something should not happen. Though she is doing all kinds of work, everything, her attention is on the child. In the same way, your attention should be on your divine power of Kundalini. This third one, he is described that there are many ladies who are taking water from a river. Sometimes they have 3 pitchers on their heads and walking. And when they are walking, They are talking to each other, telling stories about each other and anything, but their attention was on the pictures which are on their head. In the same way, whatever we are doing, our attention should be on our Kundalini. We should find out what are we doing. As it is, we have the light, but you must take light into every corner of your life, every aspect of your thinking, every kind of an effort you make. And you will be amazed if you really watch your attention, you will really know what you are doing. It's the attention to be watched so much that ultimately you will be surprised that the attention is no more frittering away. Without the attention, you cannot work out Sahaja. This is the main problem of Sahaja, is that your attention has to be towards God Almighty. Otherwise, nothing can work out. Your ascent cannot work out. If you have come to Sahaja to make money, all right, you will make money and get out. If you have come here to show off your knowledge and all that, you will show it and get out. If you have come here to show your power and your authority, you stay there and get out. Like that, many people have gone out, if you know. And this is what is to be really taken care of, that you don't try to use Sahaja Yoga for all these stupid things which are not permanent, which are not eternal. Sahaja Yoga is to be used just for cleansing yourself, for becoming the ocean of love. Now many people also feel that love is rather difficult because you can be harmed by others or somebody can take advantage of you. The main thing about love is, if it is not a pure love, then it creates problems. Supposing you trust somebody because of money, trust somebody because somebody relationship or anything, and you go on indulging into it, ultimately you will find that you will be very disappointed. Very disappointed. But supposing you show your love just with purity about that person, it's so subtle, it's so innate within you, built in, it's there. We have to just open out. Every human being is a bundle of love. And when he is afraid of others, especially the West, there are so many ideas they have created that you are afraid of this kind of love and that kind of love, and you see the way the perversion and all nonsense is there. But in pure love, there is a kind of a beautiful light which protects you, which guides you, and which enlightens your life completely. This light is just nourished, and also we can say like the lamp has to have the oil. This is the one that is for our spirituality. The love of a person. You are embodiment of love, take it from me. Because you are a human being. Even the animals are there who know what is love is. You see, I know that if you love a tiger, the tiger will never harm. If you love a snake, it will never harm. If you try to love anybody who is very cruel and very bad, gradually he will come down. He will harm you a little bit, he'll do this, he'll see things, and he might be mean with you, do all kinds of things. But then gradually you find your love works and works and works, and ultimately it is your love which is important to that person. Now, your love is really firstly appreciated more by innocent people, like children. Children know what love is. If the children see you and they run away, that means something wrong with you. I've seen people, like once we were in Japan, and there were two foreigners who were there, ladies who were dressed up, I don't know from which hairdresser they had dressed up themselves, and were very much overly decorated. And they came with us. We climbed up a place to see something, and when we came down, there were some children standing there. They had gone before us. So they said, "Where are those witches?" I said, "Which? Which went with you?" I said, "What do you mean?" "They came, we were frightened. We ran away to our houses. Now we have come to tell you they are witches." The small little Japanese children, they are witches, they are witches. Be afraid of them. And they had decorated themselves so much they were dressed up. They have tried to make such a beautiful show of themselves, but for the children, they were witches. And they ran away. And when we came, they came running and telling us, "Don't be with them, they are witches." So the judgment of the innocent people is the best judgment. If they are innocent, they are extremely well equipped to judge a person who has love and who does not have. And they are the best people because they will appreciate you the best. They will understand that these are people of some high quality. But if they are not innocent, cunning, some people are extremely cunning. That's the intelligence part of it. They can never appreciate you. They'll appreciate something which is something very, very abnormal, which from divine angle is very, very obtuse and funny. But they will never appreciate you. Never, cannot. Up to a point they may, but may not. Doesn't matter. You have to appreciate yourself. You have to know that you are not unkind to anyone, you are not judging others, and that you are appreciating everything in that person, whatever is good in him as a human being. It works. You have seen this all has worked through my love and compassion. But I am not conscious that I am giving you love or compassion or anything. I am not conscious even that I am giving you anything. I am not even conscious as to I have created such a lot of beautiful people. I am not conscious of that. It's just happening. Just like this tree is here, see, it is not conscious as to what it is and what it looks like. It just is there. In the same way, if it happens to you, I tell you, you become really the source of such a joy for everyone. Now, what do we have to do for this world? What is needed to be done for this world? People talk of peace, this, that. There's no need to do anything. It just you become a personality of that kind. You emit peace, you emit love, you emit joy to others. Now, this power is within you because it is built in, is within you. It is in a potential form in every person. Only thing, it has to be brought out. Now, with affection, you may not, but with love and feeling, that is innate within you. Because there are no words for such subtle things that are within yourself. Because so far people don't know what are these things that make you feel oneness with others. All this can happen to you very easily when you understand that you are not this mind, you are not this body, you are not this attention, you are the spirit. Then you introspect, am I the spirit? All right, if I am the spirit, what am I doing? Once you become the spirit, then you feel, why not others? out of love and compassion, not for becoming some leaders or anything, just out of love. If I am that, why not make others like that? And that is how Sahaj Yoga has spread so much. And we have such gems of people, such beautiful people, that I really never expected so much to happen in my lifetime. It has never happened with any saint, any incarnation, any prophet. So now you people have become absolutely khalis, means absolutely you have vacated yourself fully. The story of Radha and Krishna is very beautiful, where Radha said that, why do you take this मुरली को अंग्रेजी शब्द नहीं आता, flute to your throat. Why do you take this? Because Murli is such a sweet thing, na? Flute is not so sweet. But why do you take this flute to your lips? After all, she must have been jealous, I think so. So it's a story, just a story. So he said, why not go and ask the flute? So flute, she went and asked, why Sri Krishna takes you to his lips all the time? So she said, you know, I have become completely hollow. There's nothing in me. He puts me to his lips, and people say that I am playing the tune. It's he who is playing the tune. Where am I? I am not there. I am just enjoying the same tune which is passing through me. That is the expression. But then Radha told Sri Krishna, why don't you make the same way as the flute? So this is what you have to be, the flute. Means you have to be hollow within yourself. All these little things, which come into your life are not important. What is important is, have you become completely hollow? This is where I would say introspection will help. The one who makes the flute is also within you. So let there be a flute made out of you by yourself. This is the way you make yourself what you have to become. In Gita, Sri Krishna has said, Atmaneva Atmane Shtushta. Means the spirit gets satisfied by itself. Isn't it very difficult thing to understand? How can the spirit be satisfied by itself? But now you can understand what Sri Krishna said, that your own spirit becomes satisfied with itself. Then it doesn't require any other satisfaction. You seek the comfort of your spirit, you seek the joy of your spirit, you seek the beauty of your spirit. You don't even seek, but it is in itself is filled with that joy of the spirit. And it only can be satisfied by itself. There are many people who say, I'm not satisfied. You see, this I'm not very much satisfied. It's not that I am satisfied. In the same way, the spirit can say, I'm not satisfied. But the spirit can be satisfied with spirit only. It's like the reflection in the mirror. When you look at the mirror, you see there your own reflection. Now, if the mirror is not all right, I will say, I am not satisfied with what reflection we are getting out of this mirror. So you'll change the mirror, you'll bring the better mirror, you'll try to get a better picture of yourself. In the same way, the spirit which is reflected within you wants to see its own image. And then what you do is you go on somehow or other changing, cleaning, making it all right through your meditation, so that your spirit is satisfied with the spirit. Sri Krishna wrote Gita in such an ambiguous manner because he was very clever. He knew human beings cannot take things straight, so tell them this way, that way, so that they'll run around. and then ultimately they will come to truth. But truth is very simple. Truth is extremely simple. You don't have to go here and there, and you don't have to stand on your legs or feet all the time. You don't have to fight with anything. You don't have to take to some sort of an tapasya, abstinence, nothing. Only just you become like a flute. You become hollow. It's not difficult. It's not difficult at all for Sahajogis, because already the Kundalini has made you hollow. It's not difficult. But still, I find people deviate, their attention goes here and there. So many people have told me how their problems will solve without doing anything about it. I said, what did you do? No, mother, we just put it at your lotus feet. I said, really? Yes, that's all. Or we were just looking at the problem, what the problem is. We are standing outside and looking at the problem, and the problem got solved. Even the most difficult problems that you think can be solved very easily, because you have powers.
தாயே, நாங்கள் முழுமையுடன் கலந்திருப்பதற்கு தாங்களே அருள் புரிய வேண்டும் அம்மா. அனைத்தையும் செய்பவர் தாங்களே. நாங்கள் எதுவும் செய்யவில்லை. எங்களுக்கு எதுவும் தெரியாது. தாயே, எங்களுக்கான இன்றைய இந்த காலை நேர கூட்டு தியானத்தை வழிநடத்தி சென்றமைக்கும் தங்களின் தெளிவான சொற்களால் எங்களை மேலும் தெளிவுபடுத்தி எங்களின் தியானத்தில் ஆழமாக எங்களை நிலை நிறுத்தியதற்கும் எங்களின் கோடானு கொடி நன்றிகளை தங்களுடைய பொற்கமல திருப்பாதங்களில் சமர்ப்பிக்கின்றோம் அம்மா. தாயே, தயவு செய்து தாங்கள் எங்களின் இதயத்தில் இருங்கள். தாயே, தயவு செய்து தாங்கள் எங்களின் மூளையில் இருங்கள். தாயே, தயவு செய்து தாங்கள் எங்களின் கல்லீரலில் இருங்கள். தாயே, எங்களுக்கான இந்த சகஜ யோகத்தை தந்தமைக்கும், எங்களை சகஜ யோகிகளாக மாற்றி அமைத்ததற்கும் எங்களின் நன்றிகளை தங்களுக்கு சமர்ப்பிக்கின்றோம். பூரண மந்திரம். ஓம் த்வமேவ சாக்ஷாத் ஸ்ரீ ஆதிசக்தி மாதாஜி ஸ்ரீ நிர்மலா தேவை நமோ நமக. நம்முடைய வாழ்க்கை நிலையில் நாம் அனுதினமும் நமது பாதையில் செல்லும் பொழுது, நமது செயல்களை செய்யும் பொழுது, நமது இதயத்தில் நமது அன்னை இருக்கிறார். நமது மூளையில் அன்னையே இருந்து நம்மளை சிந்தனையுடன் செயல்பட வைக்கின்றார். நமது கல்லீரலிலும் அன்னை அவர்களே இருந்து நமக்கு சரியான வழிகாட்டுதலையும் காட்டுகிறார் என்கின்ற நம்முடைய அந்த எண்ணம் ஆழமாக எப்பொழுதும் நமக்குள் இருந்து நாம் தினமும் நம்முடைய வாழ்க்கையை கொண்டு செல்லும் பொழுது எத்தகைய பிரச்சனைகளும் இல்லாமல் அமைதியாக செல்வதையும் நாம் உள்ளுக்குள் அந்த அமைதியை உணர்வதையும் நாம் காணலாம். இதை ஒவ்வொரு நாளும் நம்ம இந்த தியானம் செய்வதோடு இல்லாமல் நம்ம வாழ்க்கையோட நம்மளுடைய அந்த சகஜ யோகத்தையும் அன்னையும் நம்ம கவனத்தில் கொண்டு செல்லும் பொழுது அது நன்றாக புரியும். நம்முடைய தியானத்தில் மட்டும் நம்ம எண்ணங்களற்ற நிலை இல்லை. அன்னையை உணர்வது மட்டுமல்ல, எப்பொழுதும் எந்த நிலையிலும் நாம் அன்னையை உணரலாம். அதை நம்ம எல்லாருமே அதை நினச்சி நம்ம செய்யும்பொழுது நமக்கு தெரியும், அந்த அனுபவம் தெரியும். ஜெய் ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி. நம்ம அனைவரும் அன்னைக்கு நன்றி கூறி வணங்கி குண்டலினி எழுப்பி கூட்டாக வந்தனிட்டு கொள்ளலாம்.